Yeah.
All right.
I'm Patty. I am playing Rose Welker. I am on my very first date with Megan. We were supposed to be at this Halloween party together. Our very first.
We're breaking up.
Am I breaking up? We've got a connection.
You guys just got together.
I know. You're not even done with your first date.
We're not even done with our first date.
I'm a Republican.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm very outdoorsy because my dad is a hunting guide from Alaska. My mom is the deputy sheriff of this small town. I don't like this town. I want to be out of it. I want to go into the wilds of Alaska with my dad. So I'm very well versed with my bow and other ways of surviving outdoors. And this is a bit crazy for me right now. We just found my mom, and I'm not sure about Megan. She seems a little bit tight right, if you know what I mean. So we'll see. I don't mind a little right, but a little tight right might be a little suffocating.
Well, I'm Steve, and I'm playing Brock Stonejaw Jr., and I just did something Brock could never do, which is resolve a little technical problem I hadn't noticed. Nothing before Patty's introduction made it to the stream, so sorry, guys. It was only about 6 minutes of us recapping and introducing ourselves. If you want to see everything in all its glory, just go watch last week's. We said all the same stuff. Except for the recap. Yeah, go watch last week's VOD. It's on YouTube.
No,
my rambling recap. Okay, I appreciate that not being there.
Yeah, sorry about that, Mia.
It's all good.
No, it like the whole thing wasn't there. I don't even have it locally, so whatever. Tiny Living Dead. We're back at it. I am playing Brock Stonejaw Jr. I'm 19. I work construction with my dad, which I've been doing since early high school, and I'm supposed to talk real low because of my large size. We got my parents, we found them at the bar. We left them at the bar. I saved my sister, maybe. She got bit on the hand. She might be turning, but I put a tourniquet on like right away when the bite happened, so maybe not. We'll see.
Yeah, Rose kept offering to chop her hand off for your parents. I'm like, let me do it.
That's right.
For some reason, they thought that was weird.
Well, it wasn't weird that you put it out there once. It was weird that you said it twice.
Just because, I am experienced with blood and butchering animals and first aid, survival first aid kind of things. And I've patched up some wounds and done some crazy stuff like that. So I feel like I'd be the least to vomit when doing something as traumatic as
you've explained that 3 times then.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they might have missed it last time.
Yeah.
I'm socially awkward. What do you want?
Outstanding.
I don't talk to people very much.
And so to revisit the recap real quick again, Halloween party, sister's boyfriend got attacked, boyfriend bit girlfriend, saved some folks, and we are in the city hall. And let me think, because I'm struggling mentally this evening. Rose, your mother, it's like, what are you doing here? Certainly glad you're here, but why aren't you hunkered down someplace safe?
Well, Mom, everything went crazy. We were trying to look for all our parents. It was just logical to come get you. We were right next door at whatchamacallit's house. That was chaos.
Oh yeah, the Halloween party out at the Hawthorne house. How'd that go?
Well, not good. These geeks came out of the woods, or this geek came out of the woods. He was not well, if not already dead. He was definitely animated, attacked people. It was just a big thing, Mom. One of our friends got bit. Another one turned. I'm telling you, turned into these dweebs. These, what did we call them?
Grossos, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it
Anyway.
wasn't a great party anyway. Some guy put the moves on my sister.
Yeah, and we were at the what was that house? The one where all the other parents were.
There was a name.
Party?
No, after the party.
Yeah, after the
No,
party.
Party.
The boys were in the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Gibson house.
Gibson.
We
Yeah.
were over at the Gibson house, Mom, and it's just up the street, so we thought we'd come check on you and maybe see if we can get police help because it's crazy out there.
I'll step up and I'll say Rose was very brave. The boys were trapped in the tree and we were surrounded by
Grossos.
these things attacking us and fire, and she helped save the two little boys. You should be very proud of her.
Well, I am proud of her. You guys, it's amazing you got this far. I mean, we struggled just to get into the building. But has
Well, you know,
anyone
Mom,
been-
I can handle myself.
Yeah, I know, but the rest of you kids, though, I mean, I'm
But
just
so-
surprised.
Is it not safe here?
I mean, we were barricaded in. Apparently, you stopped the strange infected from. So I guess it's safe. We should probably all get out of here and go try and find
Well,
someplace better to hunker down.
We
so to
have
speak.
we have some people locked up in the pub. We got the sheriff and one of his guys out in the street. They were locked in the police station, but they didn't seem to be doing too well there. I think
Yeah.
it seems like the pub is probably the strongest place to lock ourselves in.
Yeah.
Mom, is it an infection? What happened? Why are these people like this? Do you know anything about this?
Well, according to our illustrious mayor down there on the floor, screaming in pain, apparently there was an infection. Somebody from that bus crash last week that was admitted to the hospital, and there have been hospital workers getting sick, but nobody knew what it was. And so they called in the CDC, and they were here yesterday and then left. They suggested that the mayor call off the football game, but he like the mayor and Jaws. He's like, no way. It's great for the town. All those families coming in from out of town.
Oh yeah, I mean, our entire year depends on this one the economy of this town depends on this one football game, don't it?
Yeah,
Wait a
well,
minute. Can you back up to the part where the CDC was here and then left?
Right. Why
Yeah.
did they
Why
leave?
did they leave?
That
they
doesn't
didn't
make
say, unfortunately. And the mayor, yeah, he's a coward.
They told the
push
mayor to shut down the town's biggest event, but they didn't stay to help or talk to people about why.
That's a
No.
little weird.
That's a little
No,
weird.
It is a little weird.
Also,
And the GM will call for a perception check from y'all. One of y'all's got advantage on that. Megan does.
What is it a 2 dice roll?
Nope.
Regular
It's
one?
2 dice for regular, and then 3 if you have advantage. Yeah.
Got it.
We're just looking for
A 5 or a 6.
5 or a 6.
I got a 5.
Did not
I got a
perceive
6.
it.
Okay. Brock,
No.
I know the horse said no.
No for
I
me.
got a pair of 2s.
It's a no for me, dog.
All right. While you're having this discussion about the mayor and the CDC, Megan and Rose, you hear like rapid fire machine guns firing somewhere. But you, Megan, with your perceptive nature, you realize that it's coming from the south of the town hall in the direction of the school.
Do you guys hear that?
Oh my God, I
Yeah.
did.
It sounds
That
a
sounds
lot
like military.
sounds a lot like someone else's problem. Let's
it might be the National Guard.
we've got all our parents. Let's go back to the pub, I think. It's got brick walls there, so if there's bullets flying, we should be inside.
You really want to avoid all this and not help out, Brock?
How does it help anyone for us to run towards machine gun fire?
Yeah,
I'm not suggesting we run towards that.
But what if it is the National Guard? We could get help from them.
If it's the National Guard, then they're already here to help.
As a reminder, Granny's house is south of the school.
Oh, Granny.
We still have to get Granny. Are you going to come with us to get Granny? Or are you going to go hide out in the bar, Brock? I thought you had bigger stones than the rest of us, but maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I'm sorry. Granny?
My granny lives down there. I didn't know you knew where my granny lived.
Well, you told me earlier.
Oh,
Don't you remember in all the chaos?
Okay, well,
it's just been crazy.
when we left the pub, we said we were going to the police station, the garage, and maybe the town hall. I didn't know we were going on a big trip down to Granny's house.
Well, that's okay. I'm gonna go get my granny. I got to do that for my mom at least, and for Granny. I can't leave
And
her
I'm
there.
obviously going to go with Megan. Because
Okay.
It's not the best of houses. It's a bit run down. It's not great.
Listen, I mean, if you going for your granny, I'll go with you. I'm not saying I won't go get Granny. I'm just saying this is new information. I thought this was a quick errand, and now it's turning into a day trip.
Well,
I'm sorry about that.
I also thought it
you
was
guys
just a
heard-
Halloween party. So,
That's true. It was supposed to be a Halloween party.
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, it sucks. Oh,
Sure,
I
if
was going to
Bonnie
ask
Clyde
the mom.
was-
So when we were at the party, like all of our electronics stopped working and the cars wouldn't start. Did you guys have that here too? It's like one of those EMP things I keep hearing on late night talk radio.
Yeah, the power went out. Not sure. I mean, it all went out at once, so I mean, it's kind of weird. Yeah,
And you don't
Almost
know what that's from?
couldn't say. I don't know. Megan, I know you're part of the ROTC. Do you ever talk about like high-end military weapons or anything with your cohorts, co-recruits?
Well, yeah. I mean, we talk about what what the public knows about already, and what we might think they're working on behind closed doors. We've talked about the possibility of something like that, but so far it's only been seen in TV, or that doesn't seem real. But
Have you heard
obviously
about that?
something happened.
That weaponized. Have you heard about that weaponized rocket thing they were talking about?
I
That
did
it
hear
causes
something
no
about
damage,
that.
but puts out all the power and stuff. I mean, it's just a big grand idea they had. I heard that on the talk show too, but that just brought up that whole idea that they were trying to weaponize these frickin' rockets, and they were somehow supposed to help us in the war.
Maybe I'm listening to the wrong talk shows.
Oh, you should listen to one late night. Oh, what is it called? They have all those crazy scientists and conspiracy theorists, and they talk about Bigfoot, and they talk about aliens, and
Do you think you're selling this right now?
I think that's called
Well-
the most of most. Most of most.
now I don't believe most of the stuff on that. It's just entertainment value, correct? But I mean, it seems not all of it's got to be wacky.
Well,
Could we
it
not
seems
just
like
witness all of our electronics and stuff going out for no reason whatsoever?
Well,
And it
yeah,
happened in town as
we
well.
did witness that. Plus, the dead are walking through town biting people.
Right.
I
so
guess-
it's not that far from Bigfoot.
I guess my question is, which one of your late night talk shows predicted this event?
Well, none of them actually predicted.
Okay.
There's just always a what if happened. I've never heard about the dead coming back to life and fighting people. That was
Well-
never something on that show.
There was Frankenstein and Dracula.
Oh,
I've heard
Well,
of them, and that's all the
sure.
horror movies there are.
Or
Reminds me of the
everybody's heard of
Mummy
him.
in some way.
That's it. You think these might be vampires?
They might be vampires.
Look like vampires.
Life, you know?
What if they're just unwrapped mummies?
Ooh, that could be. But,
Yeah.
but what's his name? Our buddy, he wasn't.
He never mummified, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't wrap him up or anything. He just came back to life after.
Yeah, we didn't
Stop
do any
moving.
mummifying.
Well, anyway, we should probably get somewhere safe if we're going to keep talking about this. We got the
I
mayor.
really think this is way over our head, and I think we're getting into stuff where you don't have a fucking clue about.
Right. Our priority is to get our loved ones safe. We got 2 moms and a mayor here. We should get them to the pub.
No, we don't have the mayor anymore.
Well, he didn't.
He jumped out the window.
He jumped out the window.
No,
We
he
can go.
jumped.
We can go down and get him.
Do we really want to, though? Shouldn't we just let these grossos get him?
I mean,
Rose.
listen. I know we're all a little mad at the guy, but I'm not murder angry.
Yeah,
And-
I
I
don't
don't want
think
to kill him myself. I just think
Right.
he can scramble his way over to the pub. We'll just tell him the way to go.
Oh,
He didn't
yeah.
give us any information. Maybe we should at least give him some information and point in the direction. And not
Horace?
risk getting into the Grosso swamp down there. Just saying.
What do you think, Horace?
Well,
What do you think, Mom?
Jumped down into the foyer, and these things were down in the foyer, and we've been gabbing up here for a few minutes now.
Well, right, but he was still crying. I'm gonna look over the railing. Is he?
I tried to slip in there that the sheriff and Barney Fife came rushing in. So,
So they have the mayor.
Oh.
yeah.
I see.
I said that a few minutes ago. And just so you know, there the deputy sheriff, Martha, nope, that's the wrong letter. Joyce has a pair of binoculars. If anyone wants to take a look through them at any point, look
I'll
around
go
the
ahead and
town
take a
from this raised vantage point.
Okay.
I can-
Yeah.
I don't mind taking a look.
What
And
do your
then,
binoculars eyes see?
The truck. Where did we leave the truck? I'm just going to ask real quick.
That's
I
a
don't
good question.
think we ever moved it from the police station.
Police station.
Okay, yeah, it's parked out in front of the police station. Megan, as you're kind of like scanning around and looking everywhere, you do see people wandering around. You see a few people running from the infected in the direction of the school. Excuse me, I get that location pulled up. As you look towards like the football field, you see behind the a strained chain link fence a horde of infected pressing hard against the metal. Hundreds of infected kids, parents, players in jerseys, and cheerleaders.
Oh,
The football field is not on this map, right?
It's just south of the school. I neglected to
Okay.
put it on there because it was kind of an afterthought. But as you kind of scan around, you see some of those people falling and they're pressing against there. But beyond that, you do see a small group of heavily armed individuals in camouflaged clothing.
All right. I will relay what I see to everybody as I'm seeing it.
So is it that they are locked, like a bunch of the dead are locked into the football field?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
the entire football and all the attendees. It looks like everybody over there's infected, or are they trying to escape?
I don't know. It looks like chaos. I don't know who those people are. It's not very many, right?
No, and they've got like
With
small flash.
machine
They've got
guns?
some light. Yeah, they've got some lights with them, and you can still hear the machine guns firing.
I'm not sure this is the National Guard. It doesn't look like very many people. Are you guys aware of a small militia around here?
Well, I think you would know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I know about a small militia around here?
Joyce says, well, it could be Roger Stone. I didn't want to say that. It just slipped out.
Roger,
Could be Roger Stevenson. Him and his group. They live about 5 miles outside of town.
What's up with them? I don't remember you talking about them, Mom. They got a
they're
bunch
just
of automatic weapons.
well, as far as we knew, they didn't. Apparently, they do.
All I know is I've got to hurry and get my granny because that fence is going to give any second.
Okay, so and now what, you guys? What do you do?
Well, is there any way that we can avoid the school completely to get to Granny's house? Like,
I was thinking we would go down the street.
Sorry,
Opposite
point of
school.
order. We're still having this conversation in the town hall. Can we get the people that we have to safety first and then discuss plans?
Yeah, absolutely.
We could do that.
Yeah.
Escort them
First,
all
let's
back
just
to
get
the pub.
everybody into the tavern. Maybe we can get some people to come with us.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that is what Brock would like to do.
All right, well, let's go then, you guys. Time's wasting.
Yeah, I mean, we left a pretty empty way out back.
Yeah.
We didn't. Okay, that sounds good. I mean, the front's empty too, but
Looking out the window, it's clear to get to the truck from the back or the front?
Yeah, it's really easy to get to the truck. There are a few of the infected wandering about, but they're kind of off.
Okay.
You kind of cleared a path in this area.
Well, let's load everyone in the truck. Do we see the sheriff and deputy outside, or they go back to the station?
They've got the mayor kind of like prop between them and are kind of dragging him along. And he's like, ah, and he's like yelling, and they're telling him, shut up, you'll draw him towards us. And
all right,
that's where they're at.
Well, we should ask if they want to come with us or if they want to not come with us and do their own thing.
Yeah, I think we should tell them about the tavern and offer them opportunity to join us.
Hey, Sheriff, we got a bunch of people holed up over at the pub. Do you guys want to come with us?
Yeah, we might as well. I mean, the hospital's just down the road. We might try and get down there.
Oh, that's a bad idea, I heard.
The hospital's overrun. We went there first.
Dang it. What are we going to do about this guy's leg? I mean, the bones poking out and everything.
I can bind him up for you so we can get him over to the tavern.
Yeah, we have a teenage girl. Don't worry about it.
You know, Brock, you underestimate the skills my dad taught me out there. You know, the wild is pretty rough.
I was just ribbing you. I got full respect for your abilities.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you the side eye. Come on, let's just...
All right, so you make your way to the pub. Okay. As you approach the pub, you hear, crap, get it! Make it stop! Somebody grab that thing and get it out of here! From inside.
Okay, I will go inside and look for a thing to grab.
Yeah, let's...
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to follow as quick as possible.
As you approach the front door, you see, Brock, you see your parent, your mom is kind of huddled over in the corner, along with Megan. Is it Megan's mom? Yes, Megan's mom. But your dad, he is like, and your sister's over there as well, and she's got a bandage on her arm, and she's kind of, and they're all kind of huddled together. But your dad's got like a table leg, and he's like trying to smash something that's hard to see.
Okay. Is the door locked?
It is, but it's easy enough for someone to let you in. One of the ladies will let you in.
Guys, we're here. Let us in.
As you open the door,
we got Mrs. Manlove with us.
Smash, smash. And your dad is like, as he's bringing the thing down, you see what it is he's trying to smash. And for lack of a better description, it looks kind of like a face hugger. Like a something with long, elongated fingers that's scrambling around like a very large spider.
Okay.
Didn't we leave these people with a shotgun?
Yeah.
I believe so.
At any rate, I'm going to pull out my shotgun and say, stand back.
Your dad's like, we used up all the ammo. My God, I can't believe your sister's hand came back alive.
What?
Holy crap!
And it looks like that now?
That's Liz's hand.
It is, and then it leaps off the bar in its midair as you're having that conversation. Somebody said you pulled
Can
a
I try
shotgun.
and smack it with a
Yeah,
wrench?
I'd like to take a shot at that with my shotgun.
All right. I'm sorry. And what'd you say, Horace?
Nothing.
Okay, you mentioned your wrench.
You're coming through a little quieter than Megan.
Did you roll a success, Megan?
4 and 6, so.
That's one success.
Yep, that is a success. You hit it like midair. It kind of flops over and hits the ground, and like two of the little fingery bits are gone, but it starts to drag itself across the floor toward the pile of rubble in the corner.
Okay, I've got my bow drawn.
Damn.
Horace, you want to take a whack at it? You mentioned going
Sure.
after it with your wrench.
Sure. Success?
All right. You bring your wrench down on it and you crunch it under the weight of your wrench and all of your might. And it kind of flattens out on the floor and is twitching a little bit, but it kind of like hops up again a little bit and starts to scuttle off very slowly. It's wounded severely.
Here at this pub, do they have like one of those jars full of pickled eggs?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to grab that and try and shove this hand into it. And then put the
Okay.
lid on.
All right, it's twitching in your hand. Give me basically a grab check, I guess. Brute force is
I mean, it's all...
strong,
oh, yeah, it is up to you if that's brute force, I think, maybe.
You just give me a regular combat roll. Yeah.
No. That's bad. The bad roll.
How bad?
1 and 2.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty bad.
Thanks
As
for
you reach down
confirming.
to try and grab it, it kind of like flips around and tries to latch itself onto your wrist.
Well, I'm hesitating because it's clearly my sister's hand.
What few digits it has left, like basically the thumb and index finger, kind of come up and grab a hold of your wrist and is like squeezing very tightly onto your, cutting off the circulation to your hand.
Duh, Liz, quit it.
I'm gonna go over there and I'm going to pull it off of him.
All right. You grab it like with both hands and give it a solid yank while Brock pulls away.
And I got a success.
Okay. So
And
you
as I pull
off.
it off of him, I'm gonna say, open the jar and put it inside there.
I just say, Brock, you had the jar. I suppose you opened it and set it to the side in preparation to fill it.
Yeah,
That's
to
my
be
guess.
honest, I probably had it in my other hand when I was grabbing for the severed
kind of
hand.
like
Yeah.
tucked in your.
But if Rose is helping me, of course, I'll hold it so she can get the thing in there.
Like in the struggle of ripping it off your arm, a bit of the pickle juice kind of sloshes out on your clothes, making you smell a bit like
Pickled eggs.
pickles. And yeah, you're able to get that hand in that jar and clamp the lid down on it.
All right. Well,
Can't believe
guys,
One came back to life.
I got it.
Crazy.
Wait,
So,
what
Dad,
are you
you
gonna
cut
do
her
with it?
hand off? What'd you say?
I said, what are you gonna do? Great. What are you gonna do with it?
It sloshes around, smashing some of the eggs. all the particulate matter in the jar clouds it up and makes it hard to see inside.
I don't know, man. I just thought it's part of my sister's body. Probably don't want to reattach it, but my first thought wasn't like destroy it either.
I'm just in shock that an appendage was able to animate itself.
Sorry I shot it then, Brock. I didn't mean to, like, hurt
No,
your feelings or anything.
it wasn't.
Just
It
gut
wa-
instinct.
Yeah, same. I mean, I don't know that your method of dealing with it was wrong. I'm honestly still in shock that, and I think Brock will trail off there after seeing his parents, noticing his parents are still in the room.
Okay, so all of the parents kind of gather around and are comforting Liz, and they're like, well, they need to shore this place up. There's some hammers, and we can bust up some tables and nail them across the windows, and just to...
Yes, but we still need to be able to get in and out. We've got to go save Granny now.
Right, I think that I would definitely let my mom know Granny's situation.
I'd like to know exactly what happened. I mean, I'd like to know, they could decide to cut off the hand. I'd like to know what happened afterwards. Was it limp and dead immediately, or was it animated? I want to protect ourselves just in case.
Oh yeah.
Delimb one of these guys. Do we have to burn them or something? Because I thought just the headshot was doing it for us there for a while.
Oh, right. They're gonna get back up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just because we knock them out, they have whole legs and hands and other things that could be animated.
Well, the hand had... This was your dad talking, Brock. Your hand was... can't do the low voice. It had turned so dark, purple, and black, and we were really worried for it, but you said it was infected, and well, we just thought it would be best to remove it, as you guys suggested earlier, and
well, it looks like you did the right thing, because it turned and she didn't.
Yeah, it was still just a hand, but we just kind of tossed it to the side to take care of her. And well, a few minutes later, wow.
Well, okay. What did you do about her wound?
We've just got it bound up really well. I mean, not much we can do. She was bleeding pretty bad. Fortunately, there were plenty of towels in this place.
Well, they have a lot of spills, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And so what's this about needing to get somebody's granny?
Yeah. Megan, your granny's down past the school?
Yeah, unfortunately.
But there was also a football field full of grossos and a bunch of militia guys.
Right.
Which was strange. Then it sounds like they have automatic weapons down there.
I'm thinking maybe we can make a circuitous route, trying to avoid the school and the football field.
Normally I wouldn't be... Sorry, I thought you were finished.
Nah, it's fine. I'm just thinking out loud.
I was going to say normally I wouldn't want much to do with those militia types, but if they're a bunch of heavily armed men who are not infected, maybe we want to be where they are. How well do you know these guys? Anyone? Are they... They're obviously, nuts, but are they rational?
Hey, Mom, do you know? Do you know if they're conspiracy theorists or if they're just... You didn't know that they were heavily armed, so...
Conspiracy theorists is fine as long as they're not going to kill us for no reason, right? If their goal is to protect us.
Well, we knew they were a small group of survivalists with weapons, but we didn't realize they had fully automatic weapons out there.
Well, if they're
Roger
survivalists, I
Stevenson,
think we should at least check them out. Maybe on the way back if we have an opportunity. But I really don't want to get messed up with all those. You could say they're infected. All those grossos over there. Especially if parts of their bodies become animated. It's just I'm a little freaked out right now.
I don't know. I mean, having fully automatic weapons, that sounds sketchy. Have they ever been involved with the law before for anything else?
a couple of his followers have had some run-ins with the law. You know, they come into town, drink a bit much, get into fights. Nothing serious.
Followers, huh?
They have those. Okay. The word followers does make me a little more wary.
But maybe they can save us. I mean, we don't have all that heavy weaponry. You know, maybe they can save us, maybe not. But I think we should find Grandma first and then get her here and decide her next step.
Yeah, I mean, if these guys are doomsday preppers, maybe they were just right, and that's what this is. Or maybe they're lunatics taking advantage of an opportunity. We should probably figure out which one.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Are they the good guys or the bad guys?
Yeah.
And just a heads up about the map. I mean, there's a lot of little side roads and stuff. The ones that are drawn in are like the main thoroughfares. Yeah, the big streets.
I mean, yeah, you got a lot of houses there. I assume there were streets going to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You do hear somebody shouting across the way.
Define across the way.
The pawn shop in that direction. It's just a little across the street. Hey, you guys need any help in there? It's an elderly gentleman.
Do you need any help out there?
Gosh, no. And he holds up a big shotgun and he cocks it. And he's like, you know, the pawn shop, we got all the armored windows and doors. I'm all right.
Oh, so we know this guy if he owns the pawn shop.
Do we?
Yeah.
My dad probably does.
My mom would definitely. I would think that we'd at least run into him, or the town's not that big, so.
Yeah. He's an elderly guy, George Roberts. You know that his pawn shop, they've got guns and guitars and bicycles and music stuff, so yeah.
Maybe we should head over there and see if we can arm ourselves a little better. Maybe find some, I know you guys are going to think this is weird, but like armor so these things can't bite us.
Well,
Oh, you think he really has stuff like that, though?
You know what? We could jerry rig anything.
The thing
Even
about
in that pawn shop, it's pretty cool.
the thing about the pub is it has food and alcohol. The pawn
And
shop
also
has weapons. If we could merge these two buildings, that would be ideal.
I agree.
100%. How can we make that possible? Maybe we could barricade between the two?
Maybe. I mean,
Maybe
my first
time.
thought was secret tunnel, but we can't do that in one night.
Or a bridge. But, yeah, again, time.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder, has anyone tried to turn anything on since all of this? Have we tried to see if the power's back on? I haven't even looked at my phone through all this.
I'll flip a light switch, see if it works.
Oh, no electricity. You do see around town, there are a couple people that have like solar panels and batteries. Even their lights aren't working, which is very unusual.
Damn.
Indicative of a high frequency microwave.
Yeah.
Outage of some sort, just like they were talking about on the radio.
Yeah, a targeted weapon of some sort.
The more I think about it, the more we're going through this, I'm wondering, maybe we're like a test town or something. You know?
What?
I'm just saying, I know that sounds crazy and wacky, and of course, the government's not out to get us, but maybe they are. I mean, I never thought I'd see a dead body walking around. Maybe the government is out to get us, and this is a test town.
Rose, let me ask you a question.
Why would they send the CDC in the first place then?
To log, hey, it's successful. I don't know. Maybe the CDC helped it spread.
Let me ask you a question, Rose.
Yeah.
We are a test case. We are not a test case. How does this, either one, change our best course of action right now?
This is the question I have for you. Can we even leave this town? Have we even tried to? Has anyone here have we even tried to leave this town?
This is the first time it's been suggested. We were still talking about going to get Granny.
And Granny is how far outside of town is Granny, and is she on the outskirts of town or is she outside of town?
Outskirts. You know, the building is kind of thin out, but yeah, she's outside of town a little bit.
So I'm just
kind
of
of
curious.
out there,
Maybe we grab Granny and see if we can exit the town. Just see if maybe we can get help in. I don't know how. I don't know where. I don't know who. But why, if the CDC knew this was happening and the governor had a suspicion this was happening, what the fuck? Seriously.
We don't have any.
Probably should go try to get help at least.
We can't call out for the guard to come in. CDC knows this is happening and I don't see anybody. I think we need help. Big help.
Well, here's my thought about
Maybe they
that.
have. Yes.
We don't have any way of knowing if it's better or worse outside of town. We also, in terms of escape, don't have any way to take everyone with us. Yet. We could get a school bus.
You know those what do they call those wave radios? A lot of the truckers and the
CB.
other guys. Yeah, the CB. I wonder if any of those work. Maybe he has those over in the pawn shop. Maybe he even uses one. We should see if something like that even works.
And Brock, you know that the warehouse, your dad stores like some construction equipment there. There's also like the snow removal truck is up there, and a couple other pieces of like equipment.
Okay.
They do keep the school bus is kept on the schoolyard.
And maybe it's a manual. I mean, it would take a lot to get a manual push started, but might be worth a shot if that comes down to it. If we have to escape, we have to get the frick out of here. If this gets overrun, if that gate with all those people, if they are infected, then if that gate breaks, they're just going to flood the town.
Megan's mother, Martha, sorry, Horace, your mother, she mentions that, well, it's kind of surprising you got that truck rolling. If it's working now, we might be able to use it to jumpstart another vehicle if we can find one that will start.
That's a good point.
Yeah, have we even tried to just start the truck again? Or are we going to have to push start it? Let's see if the battery's actually holding a charge.
The truck was never out.
We had to push start it.
Well, that's true. We did have to, down the hill.
So let's see if we can start it up. And if not, we're going to have to push start it again, et cetera, et cetera. But let's see if we can crank it over. Maybe the alternator got the battery charged enough.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, that means we can jumpstart other things. And your dad has that construction company. I bet you has tons of extra batteries over there filled with power.
We're not a car construction company.
No, but you have heavy equipment, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So
we have the batteries in the vehicles. Yeah.
Yeah, but if whatever happened knocked out the batteries that are in the vehicles, why wouldn't it have knocked out the batteries that are not in the vehicles as well?
I don't know how any of this works. I'm just throwing out straws. I don't know. I don't know.
We were going to pick up Megan's granny, right?
We're going to do that first, yes.
Yeah,
we have all this time to think
We
and plan.
were talking a bunch first.
Yeah, let's go get Granny. And
let's do that before that gate. Fence.
We'll take the truck. Now, we already have stopped the truck at least twice. When we first came to the pub, we stopped and got out. When we went to the police station, we stopped and got out. I had been assuming that we had turned off the engine.
It's working.
I thought it was just. I thought it was just one. Sorry.
So yeah, the truck's working fine. This is out of character. I don't know. I don't. Brock would not know this, but like, an EMP is gonna. We're kind of weird in the fiction because an EMP is gonna destroy the small, delicate circuitry more than it's going to destroy like big electrical connections in a truck. So what should have happened if it was a regular EMP is our phones should have gone out and maybe the car's not. But our phones were kind of still working.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So I don't know if this is just an oversight or if it's something weird about this.
Out of character, I guess I'll tell you. There's a thing called an HPM or a high frequency pulse microwave weapon that actually does exist, and the military have been testing it for a number of years for real. And since it's on a drone, it can target instead of an EMP, which like hits a whole area. This thing,
one building.
It can like target individual things. So my thinking is that it flew over town, targeted all the cars, and again, spoiler, you're all talking CDC and National Guard, but yeah,
spoiler. Okay, and
there is a thing called a microwave, directed microwave weapon that can discharge. What it does is it activates the electrical system, say in a car, and then it forces the battery to drain. So,
okay, yeah, that was a little bit of a spoiler for me because I was still thinking it was the sun.
Yeah. Well, in character, you still don't know.
I don't know.
Well, that's why I said on that
yeah.
late night show they've been talking about this rocket that can target individual places and individual things. So
let's get in the truck.
I assume while we're having this conversation, we're packing our bags with shit to eat and drink and whatever stuff we can grab. We're not just standing idle, staring at each other, having a conversation.
I think the four of us need to just get in the truck, not worry about packing to leave town right now. Save that for when we get back, and the whole group can make a plan.
Oh, right. But I was thinking, grab some food or something to drink because we
have
been
no pickled eggs.
No pickled eggs. I'm good with it.
Grab a bite to eat and then something to drink because we've been running around.
There's beer and is some bottled water in here too, so
take it with us just in case, because I'm like, look guys, you never know if the car's gonna break down. We want some water, some other shit. Let's go. So I'm rushing as I'm throwing out my ideas. I'm rushing around packing because that's kind of survival shit that I would do. Put some extra bottles of water in my bag, grab some extra towels,
pile into the truck, and take off down the street. Are you going to do like the back route past, like behind the pharmacy and the pawn shop, and not take the main road? Or
well, Megan had a plan. I don't know that Grossos care what the main road is, but
they don't.
We'll give it a shot.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, the circuitous route.
I was just thinking avoiding the school too. Just
for sure. Yeah.
So we're going past the town center, and then
I can't read. What does that say?
I can't read the map either.
Market.
I'm just guessing.
Oh, I see. Pharmacy.
Yeah, we got pharmacy here.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Shop.
So yeah, I was thinking down around that, past the pharmacy and stuff. Yeah, that's right.
So this route, okay. Yeah, I'll drive us that way.
Okay.
And what kind of chaos are we seeing?
What's that?
How many of the grocers are we seeing on the streets at the moment?
Really just a handful at this point. Like random people here and there. As you drive past the school, you see that the people that were there that were shooting at the infected are not there now. They have ceased their shooting, and the fence side where they were shooting at has collapsed, and you see all of those infected people pouring out in that direction to the south.
Oh, so they were not intelligent or helpful.
Doesn't sound like it. Unless they were trying to get rid of make sure that the gate didn't break down in that direction and they failed.
Right, that could be.
So
But we don't know.
the infected are swarming towards Granny's house, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but it'll take them a little while because she's, a couple miles outside of town.
Yeah.
Kind of staggering slow. And they are kind of like fanning out. They aren't just going south. They're kind of just fanning out. So
when I see that, though, I will floor it.
I'll say, hit the gas.
Yeah.
Crunch. Roll me a drive check as you plow through a few of these.
2 successes.
Okay. Like I say, even if you weren't successful, it just mean a minor skid out. But all right, so you toolie down, run over a couple guys along the way. If anyone wants to take a pot shot or two at any, or just conserve your ammo, that's your choice.
I'll just hold the sledgehammer out the window and take heads when I can.
Now he's ready to kill.
I would have you give me one strong check. I guess that's your
I would die for Granny. All right, here we go.
Advantage on your strength, yes.
Yeah, I did. I failed it though. That's 3 fails. 1, 3, and 4.
Okay, so your sledgehammer slips out of your grip and falls to the ground as you keep, that.
Well, I'll have to hope Granny has one.
Oh shit!
Not stopping the truck for
that. She's got a maul, and that's pretty big and heavy.
From the bed, I'm going to tap on the window to the front to the cab and just be like, "Hey, maybe let's focus on getting there and not dicking around."
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sorry.
We'll replace your weapon. No worries. I'm sure Grandma has
a big maul for cutting wood. You can have that.
I'm sorry. What?
It's a maul. It's a huge axe.
It's a blunt axe for splitting wood.
Blunt axe for splitting wood.
Okay.
It's like basically a very heavy sledgehammer.
Until you can replace your beloved maul. Or your beloved
sledgehammer. Sledgehammer. All right, so you roll down the road and you have to go up a bit of a gravel, a little single lane gravel road to get to her place, as her house is nestled in the edge of the woods, surrounded by tall, rustling trees that form a protective barrier around her small, weathered home. The building itself is a modest single-story wooden cabin with peeling white paint and sagging front porch. Ivy grips up the sides, and the roof looks like it's been patched more than a few times over the years.
Well, maybe this is a great looking place.
Yeah, I try to keep it up, but I'm not much of a, it's not really my forte.
Are there any lights coming from within?
After this is all over, I could help you on a weekend or two, and we can fix some of it up for her.
Oh, sure.
Looks like the soft yellow glow of maybe a candle or a lantern from inside.
I'll hop out and run to the door.
And as Megan does that, I'm going to hop out and kind of peruse the perimeter to see if there's nothing, no grossos hobbling around or in the woods or in the trees or anything.
Horace and Brock.
I don't know. What do you think, Horace?
I mean, maybe you should stay here and keep the engine running?
That actually sounds like a great idea. And I will just say that I have my baseball bat, so I probably would have just had it in the truck.
From earlier, absolutely. And Horace? Just waiting in the truck, or?
I'm going to get out of the bed and kind of keep myself to the front, whatever the front lawn looking area is, and just trying to keep an eye out here while Rose and Megan go in to get Megan's granny.
All right, so Megan, you're familiar with this place. You just gonna walk in or knock on the door, or how do you?
Yeah.
proceed?
What I'll do is what I typically do is give a knock and call for Granny and just use my key and go in.
All right.
I'll call
As you
Granny.
you hear this old voice, "Don't you take another step." A
It's
figure
me,
emerges from
Granny.
the shadows with both hands wrapped firmly around an old, well-maintained shotgun.
It's just me, Granny.
What? She's kind of squinting. Typically, she's got some eyeglasses, but they're not there now. It's like, you
It's
best get your
Megan.
business. I'll blow a
It's
hole for you
Megan.
big
I'm
enough
here
to
to help.
drive a truck through.
Oh, Granny, it's just Megan. You need your
Megan.
glasses.
Megan's my granddaughter. What do you want with her?
No, I'm Megan.
She squints at you a little bit more. Yeah, you do sound a bit like her, but I can't tell. Can't see without my glasses.
I'm gonna look around for her glasses. Are they within reach?
As you look around, she's like, "You sure you're Megan?" Oh my God, she's like,
Definitely.
"Give me
Remember
a
my 9th birthday when you gave me that
Give me that-
purple puppy?
give me that perceptive check again." I know you
Okay.
got advantage, so you're looking around for her glasses.
Yeah, double six is there.
Okay. Okay. You do find, you do see them. She's a little absent-minded. She's left them on the shelf, a bookshelf, in the room behind her. Yeah, you're like, oh, there they are.
And I'm gonna ask, does she have hearing aid too?
Yeah.
Quietly.
Oh, does she?
No, she hears
Oh.
fine. She's like, "What did you say about my hearing, young lady? You are a young lady. I can tell by your voice. Why y'all dressed up funny? You
Granny,
you look
your
like a
glasses are
pirate
behind-
captain."
Granny, your glasses are behind you. Put your glasses on.
She backs up and she looks over her shoulder and is like, "Huh?" And she reaches up and pats on there and he's like, "Oh yeah." And she like flips him with one hand and then she takes the shotgun and kind of tucks it under her arm and she slips her glasses. "Oh, Megan. Oh my God. What are you doing here?"
There's some real problems in town. But you're in a lot of danger. You need to come with me.
Yeah.
To bring your gun.
Well, I'll be damn. I almost shot y'all.
I know. And you're a good shot. Come on.
Ain't none too careful these days with these weirdos walking around in the woods.
I agree.
Did you see some of those weirdos in the woods, Grandma? Or what should I call her? Megan's grandma?
Granny, this is my friend, Rose.
Why y'all dressed up like that? Is it Halloween or something?
It is Halloween, Granny.
No. Well, maybe I've been shooting a trick or treater. Oh my God, I can't believe I just killed some people.
Oh no, Granny!
Please tell me I haven't been shooting no kids.
Well, I didn't see any outside.
Oh man, we don't know the answer to that.
Been trying to grab me and bite me. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, if they were trying to bite you, I'm sure they're part of the
trying
Girl
to
Scout
bite?
crowd.
You should shoot anybody who tries to bite you, Granny.
And Brock and Horace, there are a couple of stumblers coming out of the woods. Megan and Rose, you also see some out the back door of her house coming out of the woods. So there's about
Okay.
5 of them.
Come on, Granny, we gotta go. Is she coming with me willingly, or?
Go? Where are we going? What's your mom up to? You got what? What? I ain't leaving nothing but my house. I've been here since I was a little girl. I was born in this place.
Granny, you're in a lot of danger. These things are super dangerous. I don't know what they are, but there's a big swarm of them coming your way.
Cute. I can handle these. And as she says that, she's like does this very kind of hunched over. I'm envisioning her like Granny from like the Beverly Hillbillies. Is the way I'm seeing it. She,
you conveyed that with the performance, yeah.
Yes, it's lovely.
She staggers out there, and there's like one of the infected, and she's like, boosh, and she just blasts like right in and like breaks its shoulder and like half its head off. Still got it. Ain't nothing like smell of gunpowder in the morning.
So you said there were
That's
two.
right.
So Grey Mantle says use Granny to distract them and run. You said there were 2 coming up from behind. Can I see where Megan and Rose entered the building?
Yeah.
I would just like to pull the truck up right against the door, so when they come out, they take like half a step and get in.
All right. Granny is fixated on the couple of them in the backyard. So
I'm gonna try a different approach. Hey, Granny, you know what? You're right. You can take all of these suckers down. What we need is we need you. We need your help in town right now.
And I'm gonna say, Megan, you're all right. I'm gonna say, Megan's mom is down there at the barn. She's gonna need our help.
all right. So Megan, roll a persuasion, but with advantage since Rose is being sweet and trying to talk into it as well.
Oh, no. And I don't have anything, so. Don't
You know, your
convince her.
daughter's down there. I assume the daughter. It's mom's mom, right?
Yeah.
Megan's mom's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Your daughter's down there at the tavern, and she really needs your help. And someone with your shooting abilities could really be helpful down there. These things are all over town, and they're trapped in the tavern.
Right, now it's your turn to roll a persuasion with advantage since Megan kind of semi got to her.
I got a 5.
She looks at the two of
It's not
you.
good enough I can re-roll, but
No, she looks at the two and he's like, and she kind of like rushes forwards, like, and she kind of shoulders the way through. So, well, come on, I ain't got all day. This ain't my first time dealing with land stealers. Let's go get your mom and save some people. Get my house. You better come back here and it better be standing still.
All right.
Horace, maybe you should get in the truck bed and let Granny have the passenger seat.
I mean, I've been consistently taking the truck bed.
Who the hell am I talking to then?
I assumed Rose and Megan were up front with you.
It was Liz earlier, and I don't think anyone sat next to her. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess I just assumed since we were waiting in the truck that you got up front. But
I've been getting in the truck bed. As we leave, I'm gonna grab that big axe off the porch, the front porch for Brock, and hand it to him.
She looks over at Horace. She's like, skeleton? We got a pirate? A skeleton?
Yeah,
And,
happy Halloween.
These are my friends, Granny.
And a Native American, and looks over. Oh, you must be like Reggie Jackson or something. And she says to you, Brock, I'll tame her voice down a bit.
Hi, Mrs. What's your name?
Granny.
Mrs. Granny. I'm Brock.
Mrs. Granny.
This was my grandpa's minor league baseball uniform.
My name's Marjorie.
Oh, did you know him? He was Brick Stonejaw.
Oh, and she kind of like thinks for a moment. Oh, Brick, oh my God, my old high school sweetheart. I can't believe you're a spitting image.
What?
Wish I hadn't asked. Let's go.
No, tell us more, Granny. Let's go.
No, I don't want to hear any more. I'm going to get in the bed of the truck.
Oh, but my man, Doc Foster, he was the man for me, though. Hard to imagine I could have been your grandma.
Well, I am 98% sure that you're not. I'm going to wait till everyone's in the truck, spin it around, and head back to the pub.
Yeah, she's like, don't just sit here like a bunch of spooked chickens. Let's get moving.
Yeah, let's go. So we've been talking this whole time, I assume, planning. What is our next step? We're going to get Granny. Obviously, Granny doesn't need our protection. We need Granny to help protect us. Holy moly.
Okay, so there were a lot of sort of moving parts. There's a militia out there somewhere that we don't know if they're friend or foe, or if they are friend if they're competent friends. There is the question of whether the government is in on this, which we don't know, or the CDC or whatever. They did leave town when they were already here, so if they didn't start it, they maybe intentionally abandoned us. We don't know that either. And the sort of lingering question of, should we try to get out of town, or should we hole up and wait for help?
Those were all really good questions.
Well, I think someone should see if we can leave town. Because maybe we can send someone for help. You know what I'm saying? So maybe
let's send the fucking mayor.
Well, I don't think he's very competent. He might just run like a chicken. So maybe we should send someone a little bit more
Mayor's
competent.
running much anywhere.
Also, your sister needs serious medical attention. I can do some binding, but it's already pretty good. But we're going to need her, and the hospital's overrun. So is there a close town nearby, or one within a half hour away that we could maybe take her to another hospital?
Yeah, there's another town, like 10, 12 miles. Another small town. And like a semi-major, like a major, but like a semi-major city, about 30 minutes out, 40 minutes out.
So maybe we could send someone in both directions, one to the small town and one to the bigger city. And maybe we should send your sister to the bigger city to see if we can get her some medical attention, because obviously our hospital's fucked.
Hospital is fucked.
So we've got,
Well, does she look okay? Is she in shock or anything?
I would think
Yeah,
so.
she's definitely not doing well. In shock.
Is bleeding and under control and those kind of things.
Yeah.
You know what? As we're driving back to the pub, I would like to stop right next to the pawn shop and yell to the guy inside. Hey, what was his name again? Mr.
forget.
Pawn. Hey, Mr.
Charles.
Pawn.
Yeah, Mr. Pond.
I think it
What
was
was
like
it?
Charles Stevenson or something like that.
Roberts. I think you said Roberts.
Yeah, I don't have my notebook handy to write things on. I apologize.
Whatever. Hey, man. We're outside. We're thinking we might try to get some people out of town, if not everyone. Are you in?
From the rooftop, he's like, well, Sonny, I don't know. I was born and raised in this town. I don't know if I want to abandon it, but if you're going to get people out of town, I might be able to help you with some additional weapons. Got some walkie-talkies, but the batteries aren't working for some reason.
Yeah, there was something that put out all the electronics. My truck works, but that's about it.
And I'm going to yell out, we weren't thinking about abandoning the town, but saving the town. We just need someone to go out of town and get some help. Somebody that's trustworthy and can be believable. Nobody's going to believe a bunch of goddamn kids.
Also, you said you had a lot of guns, and it wouldn't hurt our feelings if we loaded up a truck with them while we were driving out.
Correct.
He's like, okay, well, give me a sec. And he disappears. And then a couple minutes later, that kind of like pull down grate door thing goes up from inside, and then the glass door opens. Actually, that's not how that works. He opens the door from inside, and then he raises the grate that's on the outside of the building. He's like, well, come on in for a second. And, over your shoulder, there's a couple of infected nearing the area, drawn by the noise of the truck and the conversation.
I'm gonna shoot them with my bow. I'm gonna shoot at them with my bow.
All right.
Good luck.
Thanks. I got a 6.
All right. Swift arrow, floomp, and knocks one down, drops it.
I'll take a shot at the other one.
My second action, I'll reload my bow.
I got oh, nice. I got a 4, 5, and 6.
All right, shaboom. Takes out another one, but off in the distance, you hear that the gunshot, some of the infected in the distance kind of like stiffen up and start to turn back towards the sound of the gunfire.
Gunfire, maybe not so good.
Oh yeah, we don't want to bring them to us. I guess they're attracted to the noise.
Inside, the pawn shop guy's like, clunk, he drops a big pump action shotgun on the countertop. It's like, well, it's gonna cost me some money, but if you get a chance, bring these back. And he like puts a big old box of ammo on there with the pump action shotgun. He's got a couple of revolvers. Like, what all you need, you guys? Got some samurai swords. Got all sorts of stuff up in here.
You have any like sledgehammers?
I ain't got no sledgehammer. Maybe the garden center, but I do have this. And he like hanging on the wall is basically a big mace. For lack of a better term, maybe like it ain't no sledgehammer, but you see like in the those fantasy movies where they, especially that Conan movie, that guy had that big hammer. This is modeled after that. He brings it down, and it's it's like a big mallet hammer. It's huge.
I'll take that.
Definitely could be swung.
Do you have any extra arrows?
I'll grab the sword, I guess. The sword will be quieter.
If I die, you can have it back. If I live, I'll give it back.
Yeah, I'll bring it back, of course.
And I'll take a rifle. Fill my pockets with ammo.
Hey,
a long rifle.
Down. Sorry about that. I kept hearing this noise. I'm like, what is that noise? Well, it was the cat causing chaos.
So I'll take a rifle and some extra arrows.
Horace, I don't know if there's any weapon you want to grab other than some wrenches. He's got some.
Like I said in the last session, I'm a runner, not a fighter.
Okay.
But you did end up with that revolver.
Did I?
From the police station. Yeah, you picked one up.
Yeah, I think you have a 38 special.
That someone?
Yeah, 38 special.
No, you kept it.
I don't remember. Entirely up to you all. So yeah, you're able to get a good selection of weapons, enough to arm the others in the pub as well.
Great.
So that everybody got a bit of a weapon.
Maybe threw a couple extra in the truck.
So is this guy going to come with us to the pub and like team up with us now?
He's staying there at the pawn shop. He does give you a CB radio and like a magnetic antenna that you can slap. You know, the wire has to run out the window, and you can slap a magnetic antenna on top of the truck, and it plugs into like an old cigarette lighter that the truck would have for power.
Okay. And right now, is it working, or is it just crackling, or is it not turning on?
I would turn it on immediately.
Right.
You flip it on and start kind of going through the channels. You hear a lot of static, and then also this kind of weird tone that kind of like, it's almost like feedback, but it's not. But it's coming through the radio.
Oh, I know that's some bullshit.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Let's go to the pub.
Okay, Brock.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry. I don't know what I was talking about.
Alrighty, buddy.
That's a weird noise for the radio to make.
Yeah, the old man who helped you out is like, shoot, sounds terrible. You should be getting some signal.
Well, we just get this whiny signal, which certainly doesn't mean anything.
Could be someone jamming the signal somewhere. That's weird.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Who do you guys have in mind to try to get to send out of town? Do you guys want us? Should please give us something to drink. Do you want us? Do you think we should go out of town and try to find help, or do you think we should send someone?
Brock's dad is like, well, I feel like I should get to the warehouse. Maybe I can get. Maybe we can get the one of the big trucks running. Be much better for plowing over these.
Yeah, it should. I think we should pile into something with a lot of seating and try to take everyone if we can.
Yeah, the one of the local businesses,
Or maybe at least a caravan. Sorry.
You know, the church nearby has like a multi-passenger van. There are a couple of like minivans littered amongst the dead cars in the street.
We should maybe take the church van. That sucker's huge.
We got
get everybody from the tavern in that.
Horses. Mom maybe could help us get it running. What do you think?
Yeah,
I think we should try. But this is my concern. Do we abandon the town, not knowing what's out there, or do we? You know what I'm saying? If it's just as bad out there, do we hold our ground and defend it, or do we go out to unfamiliar ground to look for help?
So, when we were out picking up Granny, did we get any eyes on, like, the roads out of town?
The road out of town, it winds around through the trees a bit. So, yeah, you didn't get a good look outside. Because she's, like, on the edge of town.
Because I thought that was, like, one of the things we'd wanted to do while we were picking her up was...
Scout it. Yeah, you would have had to scout another, you could have scouted a few miles outside of town.
Well, I mean, just to get an idea of what...
Can we retro and say that we did do that? And what did we see?
I'm going to say no, because there's something,
There's
okay.
It would have been a problem.
It would really disrupt what you've done recently.
But Horace and I were parked outside Granny's house for a while. Can we maybe just do a quick retroactive perception check to see if we had any idea from there how going south might have looked?
Give me but do it at disadvantage since it's a retro thing, a perceptive check.
No problem. Still got a 6.
Nope.
Okay. Megan, you were kind of there. Go ahead and give me yours, perceptive check as well, but at disadvantage. yeah, also disadvantage. So that's just one die.
Okay.
Even though.
Yeah. Nah, nada.
Okay.
Let's
Yeah,
just
you didn't
focus-
see anything unusual. Just like the soft glow of the sky from the weird borealis effect.
And that's still going on right now. Can we still see the aurora?
Yeah, it's kind of thinning a bit, but yeah, it's still up there. All right.
What,
All right,
what
guys.
time of day is it? Like, how many hours has it been since the outbreak or whatever?
Because yeah, the time scale was a little weird. Because like at the party, I would say a couple of hours passed while you were there, and all that took place. Like waiting around, hanging out, and then the attack started, and then you leave with the truck. So I'm saying it's probably pushing past like maybe 1 o'clock in the morning at this point, since you've been driving around and fighting stuff. And
If we're planning on leaving town, I want to stop by my house. I've got a bug out bag I want to grab. It's got my medical supplies and some of my other outdoor supplies, just in case we need it.
that's easy enough to do. Just a matter of driving there. Are we taking the truck, or are you going to try and steal a van, or there was some...
What were the vehicle
back and
options
forth.
at the warehouse? I like the idea of something big and industrial.
There's like the snow removal truck. I know you guys don't see those much in California, but
Well, I've
basically
seen
they just got that big front shovel on the front.
Right, but
the
it's also
cab's only...
the cab's kind of open, right? And
Yeah, cabs. The cab is closed for the sake of comfort for driving around. But like, there's like a dump truck in the back kind of thing that they fill with sand and it or salt, and it kind of goes down a tube and then spits out a distributor out the back. I mean, you can
So
get quite a
you're
few
saying
people
it's
in
a
the back. of one of those.
like a sanding plow.
Yeah, a plow truck that's got the sand distributor on the back. Yeah.
Cool.
Basically, it's like a big dump truck with the plow on the front.
That's how they do it in the South. It's not how they do it here.
No.
Yeah. Everything is south of where you guys are. So
I know.
basically, but yeah, there's also like another industrial truck, but it's just like a tool van. A truck with a big shell on it, but it's got like, the back's got tools and such in it.
Like a work van that has the shop in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We could grab something like that. We don't have that many people.
Or the church van, or
both.
maybe
Why don't we
try
take
to
both?
bus from school? So yeah,
both
any
is
of
a good idea.
I think both.
Then we could leave with
I think
one.
we have more. Let's see.
Oh hell, we could even take the plow truck, the work van, and the bus, and that way, just in case if we have to take down a bunch of these weirdos.
I think 3 might be too many. We don't want this to get overcomplicated. I think if just me and my dad are driving and everyone else is shooting, we'll be all right. I don't really see the argument for 3 vehicles, but if anyone wants to convince me.
I was just liking the idea of the plow.
The plow is good.
So maybe just take the plow truck and the church van to make it simpler.
I think that makes sense.
How are we going to decide which direction we're going to go? We're going to head towards the big city, or are we going to head to the smaller town to see if they're affected as well? There's too many decisions.
I don't think we have any information to make an informed decision on this, but what I think is if this is some kind of government test, the nearest small town will also be dangerous. But if it's widespread and happening everywhere, the city is going to be by far the more dangerous place.
I agree. And obviously, there doesn't seem to be any way to keep what's happening here from spreading out from here. Anyway.
Well, this is true. But if we can get a hold of, like I said, the National Guard or something, and get them to come in here, then maybe we can contain it. But I'm just afraid that we're going to head in one direction and the other direction is going to be the option. So maybe we should have someone scout.
Choice.
Or we have people scout. Send one person out 10 miles that way, one person out 10 miles that way, and see what we encounter.
Is there any way we can figure out where that weird radio signal is coming from? Because if that's jamming our communications and we can get to it and shut it down, then we can use the radio and find out where the hell we need to drive to.
It's true.
Do you know how to triangulate a signal?
Who said that?
The voice from the heavens comes down. Yeah.
No, I mean, we'd need 3 radios to triangulate.
Yeah.
But we could maybe drive around and see where the signal gets stronger or weaker.
Do we have that information? Do we know that that's how you do it? Anyone in the group know anything about radios?
I mean, I think Brock's idea would be to just drive around and listen to the signal and see if it gets stronger in a certain direction. That's all he's thinking.
Because you're suspicious of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I think we kind of got to think about gas too, because these gas stations, I mean, is the pump even going to work?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I mean, we can siphon, sure, but that's a butt pain.
Yeah.
Well, I know how to siphon.
Yeah, me too, but it's a butt pain.
I feel like we should
I'll tell you what.
make a decision right now and then take maybe 10 minutes to think about it.
Yeah. Just heads up, just to say it out loud, the warehouse, the plow truck is fueled because it's that time of year that it could start snowing and icy and stuff, especially in the Midwest.
And where's my house? Where's my house in relation to the warehouse? Is it right next door?
Your call. Across the street or down by the church, or
I'm gonna say it's on the way. So if we can swing by my house, get my stuff, get over to the warehouse, and just get the fuck out of here.
All right. So you get the plow truck, and we'll go break.
Yep, that's what we'll do. All right,
we'll
guys.
We'll send your dad to go get the bus, or send mom to go get the bus, sheriff or something. We'll have the bus waiting for us.
This is our break time. We've gone an hour and a half here. We're going to go another hour and a half in 10 minutes. Yeah. So we'll see you all then. Thanks for watching. We've got a new friend named Grey Mantle in the YouTube chat, along with Yuri Misery in the Twitch chat. Appreciate you guys being here. We'll see you in 10. Welcome back to Tales from the Backlog. We have 2 big vehicles, and we're taking all these people out of town, even my gravely injured sister and the slightly less gravely injured mayor.
And a sassy granny.
Yeah, but she's not gravely injured. She's just wild.
Yes. She'll help us survive.
So I think Brock Sr. will drive the big plow since it's his, and I'll drive the van or the bus that we got.
Okay. And did we decide what city we're headed towards?
We didn't.
Should we coin toss it?
Yeah.
Right.
Let's do that. Let's coin toss.
I've got a coin, or if Mia's got one.
So just to back it up a little bit, when you go to the church, you hear from inside people praying and basically the town is pretty quiet other than the occasional from one of the infected. So you definitely hear people inside singing and praying inside the church.
Okay, so we're probably going to have to either ask for permission or see if these guys want to come with us. What do you guys think? More people to add.
Just not do anything.
Just hotwire the bus and leave.
Yeah, and that's another option. Yes.
If there are people in the church, then I am against taking their big van from them without talking to them.
That's fair.
I am not against finding another big van or bus and not talking to the people in the church.
All right.
What do you guys want to do?
Well, I think we should. I'm thinking we already have a busload already. And if we start incorporating more people from the church, it's going to get more complicated. And at this point, we're just going for help.
Right. I think, and I did kind of a head count. I think we've got 14, if I counted correctly.
So there's the four of us, the sheriff and his deputy, and the mayor. So that's 7. My parents and Liz makes it 10. And
My
then
mom.
the 2 moms and Granny make it 13. Who did I not count?
I think there's another mom.
There's the 2 boys. There's
Shoot,
15.
I forgot the 2 boys. That's 16.
That makes it 15.
Did I miscount?
15 or 16 people, yeah. We got
Something
a
like
full
that.
load.
Who else in town would have another bus besides? I mean, this isn't the only church.
Well, there's a school bus probably, and there might be a municipal bus.
Is there one?
School bus. Yeah, there's no real public transit in this tiny town. Relatively small town.
Okay.
Okay. We don't want to go near the school.
Well,
Or can we tell
Well,
from our
they're
vantage
headed
point?
south now, so maybe
I
it's
was
not-
going to say, yeah.
yeah, they were in the football field behind the school, and they went south from there. If the bus is in front of the school, we can probably get it.
Let's just say, as we are driving around town, I guess each of you give me a perceptive check, and we'll see if you guys had spotted any, like, people drive big vans and stuff like that.
6.
Nope.
Got a
I
6.
got 5.
3 successes from 3 people.
There are a couple of like big passenger vans that some of these people in town own. Conversion van, maybe like a big I'm going to say suburban, but I know that's not right. These are like a Yukon, those big Chevy Yukons that you can squeeze like 10 people in.
I think a Yukon sounds good, or I was school bus or like church bus sounds great because I feel like they're really heavy duty. If we need to plow over a bunch of grossos,
Yes.
like a minivan, like a family minivan, I don't think that would do it.
I agree.
I'm probably like one of those big like SUVs.
Yeah, a Yukon
I'm
would do
thinking.
it.
Yeah.
Let's steal someone's Yukon.
All
All
right.
right. Let's do that.
Which one of us knows how to hotwire a Yukon?
Probably Horace and or
Horse's
I'm
hand.
gonna say it's parked in front of a house. I mean, you could go in looking for the keys. There are some grossos making their way toward you, so you're gonna have to fend off you.
I'm gonna lift up my huge Conan the Barbarian maul, step out like Finn Thorson, and start swinging heads. And I'm gonna say, Horace, just so you know, this is 100% a no questions asked type of situation. If you know how to hotwire the car, please do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Great.
His mom probably taught him.
Yeah, so you kind of like hook the battery up, doing the rev jump starty bit. But Horace, give me a roll for that. Like, use your nimble fingers for like getting the wires and getting everything twisted together. So you have advantage to do that.
Nope.
That was a whole lot of nothing.
All right,
Does your mom know how to hotwire a car?
she does.
I'd assume so because she taught me.
All right. There we go. Have his mom.
She does, and she's able to get it hot wired. Brock, as you are approaching, you see this kind of thing coming towards you. As you get closer to it, you notice that there's something odd about this Grosso. This
Okay.
once human figure now has bones jutting out from its skin and jagged, unnatural spikes. One of its arms is twisted into a grotesque weapon with sharp bones extending like spears from its forearm.
Okay. So I'd like to throw something out just about the way we've been entering combat, because the fact that we haven't actually rolled initiative ever is negating one of the traits I took.
Didn't we roll initiative one time?
I think one
Yeah,
time
like
last
one
session,
time.
but there have been two or
Yeah.
three combats where we just kind of rolled into it in story mode, which normally is fine. But I do have the Born Fighter trait, which says that I get a free turn immediately when initiative starts, or when combat starts.
Right.
Perfect. So let's just always let you go first.
Yeah, that's fine. You just go
Yeah.
first. Yeah, we'll just do that.
And I've got vigilant, which is advantage on initiative tests. So I
Great.
don't know what
So, yeah.
that means. I guess that means when we roll.
Or you can always just go second.
All
just
that to
means-
say, I want to just smash this guy's head.
That's fine. Yeah, basically, Brock, you get to you get to do 4 actions per round on the first round.
On the first round, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
cool.
So, do we want to run a combat right now, or do I just get to smash this guy?
I'd like to do some shooting as well. Probably my bow.
How many are there?
There's about 3 of them coming this direction.
Okay. I definitely would engage with the ugly. If only one of them has that mutation you described, that's the one I would engage with.
That's the one that's closest that you can see clearly.
Okay. Well, here I go. And I have that maul, which because my memory is not clicking right now. Because it's my mastered weapon, that means it is just extra damage. Is that right? Or is it an extra die
and
to
you
attack?
roll with proficiency, and it does 2 strikes of damage versus 1.
Copy. I miss my first attack. I'm going to spend my second action also attacking. That one I hit. 2 successes.
So you bring the hammer down, and you crack into its bony body. One of the protrusions kind of like cracks off and falls to the ground. It staggers back and falls to the ground as well. But it is still moving.
Okay. Well, that was my free turn. Do we actually roll initiative now? It's just whoever gets highest, right?
Yeah.
A
I'll roll my
1d6.
end here. All right.
Well, I rolled 6.
All right. This thing gets up onto its feet. Yeah. I rolled a 9, so.
Oh, is it 2d6? I thought it was only 1d6 for initiative for some reason.
It is 1d6. My apologies.
Oh.
Like I said, I'm starting to fade. So bear with me. Keep me honest, y'all.
Well, you're the furthest in the future of all of us, so we understand.
Oh, wait, no. The combat rules say the initiative test, survivors will roll a standard 2d6 test and
Yeah.
add up the total for their roll.
Okay.
There we go.
In that case, I rolled a 7, not a 6.
All right. So I rolled a 9.
Great.
Thank you, Jason.
How does that work for advantage then? You add all.
You roll 3 dice.
And you add the 3?
Mhm.
Yep.
I got it. Okay.
I got a 6.
I got 13, I
That's
guess.
All right. So Megan would be up.
Since there's only 3, I'm gonna attack.
Like I'm just my battery's draining quickly. I apologize.
We'll
Right.
kill him
I'm
as
gonna
fast as we
use-
can.
I'm gonna use the katana, and I'm gonna aim for the head. I'm gonna try to just slice through its forehead.
You going for the same one that Brock attacked, or one of the others within range?
Whichever one is within range of me. I don't know if it's that one or.
I would probably say a different one, since this one's like Brock knocked it to the ground while you
Yeah,
guys are
okay.
there.
I think I missed it because I have to get a 6 on that one, right?
Okay.
It says
5 or 6.
A 5 or okay, I got a 5.
All right. So as you approach this one and you bring your sword up, you see that it looks like it's got no arms initially, but as you get closer, you notice that its arms have grown out and they're elongated, and it's dragging them behind them on the ground. But you do make a swift cut into it, and it kind of howls in pain, surprisingly. And then it twists its body, and the arm's about 6 feet long, swings this arcing blow to try and hit you with this elongated arm.
Dislike.
Mm-hmm.
And that does make contact.
Okay. Did we do any heal up over the?
We haven't had time. It takes like a rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did not have a rest. Okay, so that puts me at 3 points of health.
Right. And at this point, since you are now confronted with the mutants, roll me a save, as the cut in your skin makes you vulnerable to infection.
Ooh, yeah, 2 and a 1.
Uh-oh.
Good. Let me see.
Okay, that's fine. That cuts across you and it hurts really badly. And I'll leave it at that for now.
Oh, for now. Great. I'm glad it's fine for now.
I knew I should have took resilience.
Well, what I could do, I got 6. Who's next?
Mine was 7.
They're still acting. The one in front of you like pushes itself up onto its feet as its move action, and then it tries to hammer fist you, Brock.
Okay.
Failing terribly. And another one you see in the distance, it's kind of behind a car, but it starts to like wiggle back and forth, and it stands up, and it is you see that it's one of the football players. Like its shoulder pads are like squeezing tight on its neck. Its shoulders are now like twice its normal width, and this thing's standing about 9 feet tall. And it kind of like pushes the car, slides it aside, and is moving towards you.
That guy's definitely going to state.
That is their turn. So whoever's next.
Okay, I think it's me. I'm going to attack this jerk again. That's 1 hit, 1 success on the bony guy.
You smash him pretty solidly and crack his head, and he collapses to the ground.
He's
Officially dead.
Re-deaded. Okay. I have a second action. Is there anyone else within striking range of me?
I think the one with the long reachy arms, you could get to it and attack it, but at disadvantage, since it give you an
Because I have to
opportunity.
move.
But,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, I'll do that. Now, disadvantage. If
It's
I
just
already
one
have
die.
advantage, it completely cancels out to disadvantage,
Yeah.
right?
It takes you all the way down to 1 dice, yeah.
Doing it anyway. Missed.
All right. All right. Megan, real quick, that cut on your arm, it starts to burn like an ass, like somebody's poured alcohol or hydrogen peroxide in an open wound.
Mm.
This is awesome.
Not good.
I believe Horace and Rose had the same initiative roll.
So did you have a plan, Horace? Because I have my rifle out.
I mean, I'm trying to help my mom jumpstart this vehicle.
Okay.
Okay, so I will shoot at the big football player. And I got 2 6s.
2 6s. All right, and this is a. I know it doesn't differentiate heavy ranged weapons in this game. So yeah, you pop a shot off, and you do hit it. It just opens up a wound in its shoulder, and as it does that, the skin kind of wiggles, and these like little tendrils stick out briefly, and then they slurp back into the body.
Ew! Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I hate when things slurp.
Yeah.
I could have just went.
No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Brock does not like.
Which brings us back around to that their turn. The what we're going to call the Reacher spins in place, sending out both arms. Megan and Brock first swing at Megan. That'll be a hit unless you evade, and Brock, that'll be a hit unless you evade.
Evade is
I'd
just
like to try to evade.
2d6, right?
Yeah.
No.
1d6.
1d6.
Yeah.
Better
Forrest
reroll
gets
then.
2d6, yeah.
Okay, I did not evade.
Oh gosh, no, I did not.
Brock, do a save check, 2d6.
2 successes.
All right. It does cut you with its long trailing fingernails, but you do not feel that burning sensation in your wound as Megan did on hers.
What is the hit point damage? Just 1?
Just 1.
Okay.
1 each.
All right. I started with 8, but I'm down 2 now, so I think I'm where everyone else started.
The hulking one comes running, not so much running as lumbering forward. Boom, boom, boom. And it does give you an opportunity to get out of his way. So.
All right. Is it? It's Megan after the monsters, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
He's
do I
really
need to
easy
try
to-
to get out of this
No.
guy's way?
No. He's got to be right up next to you to really get a shot off because he's too slow and lumbering. You guys could just easily evade him without even rolling. So.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But if you're too close to him, he will slap you around. So.
What's your health like, Megan?
3. I'm going to
Hide or run?
I'm gonna move back. And I'm gonna take a shot with my shotgun. And yeah, that's a hit. 3 and a 4.
All right, that is another hit on him. He takes that shotgun blast. You see the wound kind of open up where the blast hits him, and it also does what it did before.
Yeah. What's going on with these things?
They suck.
It's like they're mutating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were kind of, I think, playing this as we were trying to steal the Yukon. So I'm not sure physically in the town where we are exactly. What's the closest of the labeled buildings?
I'd say you're probably near the pharmacy there.
Perfect. I'm running in there
between
for
it and the marketplace. Yeah.
I'm running into the pharmacy to find some disinfectant. Maybe I should wait till the combat's over to do that.
I also don't forget I have doctoring, so I can do some first aid on you guys when we get clear.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? It's stupid for me to leave in the middle of combat right now when I'm the melee guy. I'm going to go ahead and attack the Reacher, Alan Richson.
Yeah.
1 success.
Crack. You send it spinning as it crumples to the ground. Yeah.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Okay, for my second action, I'll move. I'm still have to move to get to the big guy, right?
Yeah.
I'll do
along.
that then. I'll move towards him. Considered overhand throwing the hammer, but I think not. That's my turn.
That's then Megan. I forget the order.
Megan went before me. It's Horace
Yes,
and Rose
okay.
are tied
Horace and
next.
Okay, so I'm going to shoot him again. And I have 2 actions, right? So I can attack twice if I'd like.
Yeah, if you don't move, you can fire twice.
I'm going to fire twice. So I've got a 5 and a 6 on that one, on the first.
Okay.
And a 5 and a 6 on the second one. Oh, and a 3, because I have marksman. So, and a
Okay.
3 on that one.
So you
So
do hit him twice. It kind of staggers him a little bit. He turns and looks at you, and starts to limp at you a little faster than before. Even though he's like wounded, now he's kind of like really pissed off. But, Horace, you still helping your mom?
Yeah,
you
do
get
I
it.
need to roll anything for that?
No. You do get it started, so it's now running. So give you an opportunity to do something from there.
So the like what kind of car? What kind of car is this?
It's a big SUV.
Yeah. Do you know what a Yukon looks like? It's like one of those really big SUVs, like a Suburban.
Okay, yeah.
And it's got like, this one's got like a, just to throw it out there, it's got like a big extra thick grill guard on it, and whoever owned it tricked it out, but didn't really,
So who all is with us?
It's the
It's
4
the
of us and
4 of
your
us.
mom, right?
My
Because-
mom.
And that's it, I think. Everyone else is either at the pub or with my dad stealing the snowplow thing.
Okay, then yeah, I'm just gonna holler for everyone to get the fuck. Like, we got it running. Get the fuck in.
All right.
I think I'm going to take that advice and hop in.
Well,
Do you want to vehicularly attack this guy, Horace? I mean, as an option.
no, I want to get the fuck out of here.
Just get the fuck out of there. Okay.
Yeah.
So Megan.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at the thing. Again. That's a 4 and a 5. And then I'm gonna move towards the vehicle to get in it.
Okay. Your shot takes it down. And your arm, that burning sensation seems to be spreading from the wound.
Oh, that's on my arm?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like your upper arm, because it caught you across the arm. It's starting to the burning sensation is spreading out from the wound.
You guys might have to cut off my arm. I thought it was on my stomach because I was like, oh god, I'm gonna die now.
Oh, well, either or.
I got cut too. I think
Someone get in the car.
Brock passed his save, but Brock doesn't know that he passed a save. So I think, unless we have a talk where you explain to me that yours is burning,
Yeah.
I
Mine
think
is burning like hell.
I think Brock at this point wants disinfectant for both of us. So I'm running to the pharmacy. Since all the monsters are dead. Right? I killed the bony guy and the reacher guy, and she just shot down the big dude.
So yeah, Rose, give me a medical check, basically like medical intuition, basically.
Okay. Oh God, I got 2 ones.
Roll your third dice.
And a 4.
So did you use your lucky yet today?
I didn't, but I can do it again right now.
Good call.
And I just got 2 6s.
There we go.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the. I'm like, well, I called for too many dice, but okay. Intuitively, you think that cauterizing Megan's wound, burning it, might help stop the infection from spreading.
Well,
That it's
Okay.
just like a surface
As I'm
wound,
saying,
a
cut it
scratch.
off,
Not,
cut it off.
huh.
I think if I just cauterize the wound, we'll be all right. It's gonna hurt like a bitch, though.
You know, like
Go ahead,
20
do it.
like 20 minutes ago, Grey Mantle in the chat said we need a flamethrower.
right? I don't know how hot a shotgun barrel or rifle barrel would be at this point. It's only been a few seconds, so
It
Freaking
wouldn't
hot.
continue to be. No.
Well, with only a few seconds between, right? So the shotgun would be pretty hot.
Yeah, you
It's not
just-
going to cauterize, though. It's not.
Well, we have
We
the
could-
other really hot thing we have right now is a car engine.
car exhaust
That's
pipe,
true.
yeah, or car engine.
Yeah, and it's run for
That's
you
true.
You could totally burn your arm down there on the muffler or the engine itself.
Or just lay the shotgun barrel on the engine where it's hot for a while, and then. Would you like
Let's
to
do
burn
that.
How would you like to burn yourself?
I'll get out and where is the cut exactly? Like on outside on the upper arm or in?
Yeah, just
like,
on your up on your arm. It's hard to see, but
Okay.
yeah, you could to bend reality.
I'll
you
just
simply
lean
are
in
like
and
a zombie game.
I'll burn open my first tattoo. I'll just lean on there.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
me next.
The smell of like ooey gooey burning flesh, but you successfully halt the spread of the infection.
Yeah. I think Brock will has to be done next because he, like I said, doesn't know he passed some kind of save against it. So you gotta anyone who
Okay.
just got cut by a zombie should probably be burned.
Agreed.
Yeah, again,
And
these are
then-
surface wounds, so another burning, skin smell.
And I would
Yeah.
like to perform first aid as soon as we get in the car.
Okay, bandage up their wounds. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and maybe
And-
help with some of their hit points.
Horace, are you
So-
driving?
Yes.
We should stop at the pharmacy. Like, I feel like we definitely need medical supplies.
Right, because we have
Right.
not been by my house yet, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
No.
minus the
Even-
2 cauterizings we just did, we would still want medical supplies.
So
Correct.
do two survival or doctor bits to regain those 2 hit points on whoever you want to do that to, Rose.
Okay. I got 1 success on there,
So
and it'll be
somebody gets
Megan
two.
first.
Right.
Megan.
Somebody get 2 hit points back to Megan.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll drive us across the street to the pharmacy.
Yeah, it's all locked down, so you have to smash through the front.
No problem. I got a mall the size of Gibraltar. I'm smashing the front door.
All right. And to like facilitate speed, you're able to bust in there and find what you're looking for.
Great. Disinfectant, medical supplies, painkillers, ointments. Just grab aisle 5, throw it in the Yukon.
Exactly.
But from behind the counter, the drug counter, there's a somebody in a lab coat, a blood-stained lab coat. Hair disheveled and broken glasses. Just and he's like leaning over the counter trying to come out and get you, but he's stuck there.
Oh, you said somebody. You meant something. I'm not talking to
Something.
him. I'm just grabbing the stuff and going.
All right.
Yeah.
You can also grab some, like, it's a pharmacy, like a box of protein bars or some beef jerky to eat. That'll also help bump up your hit points a little bit.
Great idea.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
Great idea, subconscious voice.
So,
The
I
last
forgot
minute
I
you're
was
needed
gonna
to get something to eat.
I was gonna grab my bag, or not my bag, but box of stuff from Grandma's. I was gonna keep my crap at Grandma's while I was away at boot camp, but I forgot to mention I was gonna grab
That's
it.
fine. Yeah, you could have grabbed that while you were there. Okay, sorry again.
Yeah.
Focus. You get back to the warehouse to regroup with everybody and plan to go out of town.
Great. And I'm sorry, Rose, I know you mentioned that you wanted us to go by your house. Why was that? Why did we want to go by your house?
I've got a bug out bag and extra arrows and other things that I was planning on taking with me when I left town soon. So
Right.
I think
got all my
we do that if it's on the way.
It is. Yeah, I was gonna say it is. It's kind of like there by the pharmacy somewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
it's
Easy
got all
enough.
my survival shit in it. You know, extra bandages and tourniquets and fire starting equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just down the corner around it. You can pick it up and then take again one of the back streets back towards the warehouse. Easy enough.
Great. We're ready to rock.
Perfect.
We're ready to rock, Brock.
Brock. Are you talking to me or him?
And
Whoever.
you're
Brock.
heading. Sorry.
Right, but we're with my dad now. He's also Brock.
Oh,
You're heading out of town.
Yeah. We're heading to the small town, right? Is that what we decided?
I don't think we decided.
Oh, we were going to flip for it. Somebody roll odds or evens. How about that?
Oop. Hold up. Wait. Before anyone does that,
Okay.
let's flip for it.
Okay. What is that coin you held up?
It's a
I'm still
Silver dollar?
lost
it's an
right now.
Eisenhower dollar.
Okay, great.
So, heads or tails?
Heads is small town.
Pardon?
Heads will be the small town.
All right. Tails.
We're going to the city.
Going to the city. All right.
All right. This is bad. Let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
So the question then is now, Horace, you still driving the Yukon, the big SUV?
Yeah.
Anyone want to like take the driver's seat of the snowplow versus Brock's dad, who wants to like take care of his daughter instead?
If that's the case, then I will drive the plow. Because it's company property and me and my dad are working at the company. So, well, he owns
Alright,
it, I guess.
You're driving down the road.
Wherever I can shoot, that's where I will be.
Right. And I'm with Megan.
So basically, okay, that works. Megan's Rose's mom, yes, is riding shotgun with Brock. So, and Megan and I would assume now are in the SUV. So you're going down the road as you approach the town's outskirts and drift further down into the woods and along the roads. You do hear some gunshots off in the distance. And as you round a curve up ahead, the road ahead is blocked with heavy barricades of concrete and barbed wire and armed soldiers.
Look, I told you! I told you!
So the soldiers have it barricaded to keep us in town?
Yes.
How about we turn and go to the other direction?
Let's try to get to the small town.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, let's do that.
As you kind of like pull up and go to turn, you kind of, as you do that, you hear this. There's now a sign that you catch out of the corner of your eye. It says quarantine zone, no exit. And you hear a bullhorn is like, this is the U.S. military. No one leaves the quarantine zone. This area is under lockdown as you drive back in the other direction.
What branch of the military?
You'd have to get really close for them to actually hear you.
Okay, so they don't. I yell it. They don't hear me, and then I leave.
They don't hear you. Yeah. Yeah, and to have the military deployed on U.S. soil is very unusual.
Yeah,
This is some bullshit.
that's a little
Guys, I'm
unusual.
telling you, the conspiracy shit on that late night must be true.
Okay, Rose.
Down.
Wait, I'm not in the
Well-
same vehicle as Rose.
No. But I'm yelling it in the van, in the truck, and I'm like, we still got to get out of town. Are we going to try to go the
I
other
want-
way?
Zoomies.
If they have this road blocked, we should be prepared for them to also have the other road blocked. And if they do, then I think
You know what? Fuck the other road. I'm gonna turn to one of the adults in this car with me.
oh,
Honestly, I'm gonna turn to all of the adults in the car with us, or at least like talk to them specifically. When you were our age, was there a way you got out of town without like taking one of the main roads?
All right, so I'm gonna. Yes.
yeah,
Granny
outside
speaks
the
up.
box.
Yeah.
Guys, Granny.
Oh, I love Granny. I can't believe I almost didn't go save her.
She talks about an old like bootlegging road that leads in and out of town.
Can she direct us to this road?
That it does not appear on any maps and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, she guides you to that road. It's a kind of a windy dirt road through the trees. Very difficult for Brock to maneuver that big truck through there.
I can do it though.
Again, just kind of like assuming you kind of like get back from the barricade, stop and talk through things. So yeah, she's leading you out on this old bootlegger's road.
Oh yeah, she must be one old granny.
I didn't know Granny was a bootlegger.
I didn't know
My
Granny.
Granny's cool.
I didn't know Granny coexisted on Earth with the bootlegger. She must be like great Granny.
She's yeah, she's an old lady. Megan, you've got the perception skill, right? Yes,
Yeah.
it's you. Roll me a perception skill as you're driving down this road.
Wow, I don't see nothing or hear nothing or know anything.
All right, as you're driving along, everybody feels this like almost like an intense burning sensation on your skin for a brief moment, and then the cars sputter to a stop.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, I did it again.
We got imped.
And then as the engine roar stops, you, Megan, roll another perception check.
That's better. 2 5s.
It sputters to a stop. You glance up in the sky and you see like the silhouette of a drone flying overhead as it's being lit from behind by the fading borealis in the sky.
You guys, you see that drone flying over us?
Yeah.
You mean they're following us?
I don't know if they're following us, but I think they just
drones.
dropped that crap on us.
Why don't one of you with the guns shoot that thing down?
I mean, I'm assuming it's already gone.
Yeah, it was basically she kind of caught it as it flew away. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a quadcopter hanging out. It's like a drone, like just.
Hey man, I don't know.
Yeah. Could be flying a circular pattern over the town or something.
Well, if
Anyway.
I see it again, I will shoot it down.
Well, then I think we should hoof it out of town.
Yeah.
Or Plan C, which was to use the CB radio we got and try and figure out the source of the jamming signal.
Or
Which
both.
someone suggested it was a jamming signal in character. I don't remember who. It might have been an NPC.
It's also now shorted out because of its power supply
Yeah.
being
Well,
from the truck.
Screw that
Yeah,
idea.
and if you sorted out, getting back into town is going to be a slog.
Yeah.
We might as well try hoofing this road.
I think we
Okay.
should still, our plan should still be to get the fuck out of this town.
I agree. We're gonna have to make a litter for the mayor, though.
You know, he could always guard the vehicles.
Well, yes, but I think
When he-
also
Come back.
Why did we bring this guy with us?
I just feel like we weren't really at a place to leave someone to die.
I think now that reality has set in that we actually have to do this on foot, we might have to leave him behind. Where is he injured?
The leg.
Yeah,
His leg got all broke up.
And of course,
Well, his fucking fault in the first place.
the other problem is my sister, who is hurt on the hand, but it's significant blood loss.
And I'm willing to make a litter, and I know how to take
Okay.
her out of town.
So
yeah, your
definitely one for her.
Yes,
your
I'm
dad
definitely
can
willing
carry
to.
her very easily in his arms. You know, he's a big dude too. And she's
Sure,
a petite young girl, so
but I would want my dad available for combat if needed.
okay.
So I think it's pretty easy. We can make a litter out of what we've got with our supplies and with,
All
my
right.
knowledge, and we'll just make a litter to drag her behind.
Okay.
And I think that the mayor just say, hey, keep trying that radio for when the signal comes back on. Call for help.
Do we know if there's any ranches nearby? Farms? Maybe they had horses or something?
Once again, Granny's like, well, there's the old caves.
What?
Caves? Grandma.
It's like, where do you think we bootlegged from? We brewed that stuff up in the caves.
Jiminy Christmas, Granny, you're awesome.
Those caves lead out of town?
Well, they're out in the woods. They don't lead anywhere but underground, but we could definitely hide there.
Granny, are you 120?
She had kids late. Stop judging.
I'm just asking. I wouldn't have put you a day past 85.
So yeah, the bootlegging era was during Prohibition, of course, right? Which was when?
20s?
The 1920s, yeah.
About
Yeah,
100 years ago?
Yep, she's
Well,
definitely
Maybe she's not from the bootlegging area. Maybe she's one of just these hillbillies who made illegal booze in the
There you
wild.
go.
We're in southern
Moonshiners.
town, right?
Yeah, that
The moonshiners.
Moonshiners.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's just the old bootlegging routes that are associated that she knows about.
But before we head to those caves, I need to ask the mayor what's going through his mind, because I'll leave him if he's okay with it.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
because he got us.
he's kind of okay with it, honestly. He
Okay.
feels like he's already like screwed up beyond all redemption, and that he's just willing to stay there and see what happens.
Okay.
Maybe the military will find me. Maybe he'll get eaten by one of these rotter things, or
He
All
did
right.
already try to kill himself. So
What I know he tried to kill himself, but that kind of just makes me feel worse for him. Like if he was just being an asshole the whole time, it'd be different.
I don't think he's
Deputy Five
He's gonna
decides
have
he's going to
to-
stay and keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. What are you saying, Horace?
Oh, I was just going to say, I don't think we have the like narrative space for him to do that.
Yeah. All right, so
Yeah,
he
I
can wait
think-
here.
Yeah, Deputy Five will stay with him. He's like, I'll stay with him.
and then I guess we could probably find these caves and assess who's strong enough to get out of town and who's strong enough to go for help.
Okay, but
Well-
did we get an answer to the horse question? Or any
I
other
think the
animals
cave
that
was
could
the
maybe,
answer.
if not enough for all of us to ride, maybe pull the litter?
Let me roll for that. From this side of town, yeah, you do know that there's a not so much a ranch, it's just like a small farm where a guy's got a couple of like horses that he, keeps for his wife and daughter to ride.
Well, Brock Stonejaw Jr. never thought he'd be saying this, but let's go horse thieving.
All right, I don't think we should take everyone with us, though.
No, I don't either.
How on the way is it?
It's a little off the beaten path. The caves are sort of on the way, but you'd have to go in two different directions.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Are the horses worth it, or should we just head straight out?
Well, how many horses does this guy have? He said just a couple, so I think they might not be worth it.
I think
We could be encountering more people, more grossos. That's my opinion.
What were you going to
Yeah.
say, Boris? What were you going to say? Don't remember.
I was gonna say that I think we should hunker
Get to these caves, hunker down for the night, and see what comes in the morning.
Yeah,
That is a
Maybe-
good idea.
maybe we go get the horses
We've had a long
tomorrow or
night.
something. But let's
Yeah.
get out of.
And I
Out of
was talking up the benefits of daytime earlier, so.
Mhm.
Correct. Me as well. And of course, we want to set up the people that we love so that they're safe, comfortable, have a way of, taking care of themselves while we're gone. We don't want to just ditch them.
Right. I think we all agree caves then.
All right, so you make it to the refuge of the caves, venture back in there, and you'd had to break from the road and go up into the tree line and about 100 yards up and back in there to get to it. As you're reaching the mouth of the caves, you hear the rumble of motors, a road. Somebody's driving down the road that you just left, and they drive off and keep going.
Ooh,
Do not stop.
Nazgul. Now, are they heading into town or out of town?
Out of town.
Oh,
Oh,
we missed them.
That's odd, you guys.
And
Megan, do you still have those binoculars? Can you get up on my shoulders maybe and see the
peer
road?
down through the trees. Yeah, I gave it a shot.
All right.
See
Yeah,
what
why
you
not?
can see.
I can do that.
It's really hard to see through the trees, so yeah.
You need a roll
Maybe
for
it's
that?
those guys with the automatic weapons.
Yep, just roll your perceptive check.
All right. 4. That's my highest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too hard to see through the trees. You see the shadow of what's moving down there. But with your prior ROTC experience, you hear the rumble of the motors, and they sound like, from the sound, they sound like Humvees.
Those are definitely Humvees.
Well, what does that mean?
Military.
Does it, or does it mean militia?
Militia wouldn't have. Well,
I mean,
We
you
don't
can-
know about these guys. Mom, did these guys have military vehicles out there on their property?
I mean, Humvees have been available for commercial purchase for many years.
Yeah.
well, a new Humvee would sound one way, and a military Humvee would sound another way.
Maybe.
I think.
Yeah, there'd be a slight difference in sound. Yeah. Hard to determine from here.
Well, it's kind of moot to us, right? Because we can't get to them, so we may as well keep going to the caves.
Well, it does tell us that something interesting is going on down at the end of this road.
Maybe, yeah.
Or someone else is either trying to come after us or they're trying to also escape.
Right.
But I don't think we should
The drone
reveal
did-
ourselves.
Yeah, we
think
can't
the drone
change. We can't change direction right now because we heard an engine. We got to keep going to the caves.
Right.
But I think we should stay hidden. I think we should be on alert and stay hidden.
Yeah, agreed.
But obviously the drone didn't drop anything on them to stop them.
Oh, good point. And they do know about the road now, so...
God damn it, Granny.
Yeah, she's like, the secret route in and out of town.
Well,
So you do make it to the safety of the caves. As you kind of climb up the hill a little bit, suddenly, like, somebody's phone, one of you, your phone starts vibrating and ringing in your pocket. Basically vibrating, and there's like a bunch of text messages that have come through.
oh,
It gives you that kind of like a kind of an alert, and it says that there's been unfortunate viral outbreak in a local town. Officials are saying to stay indoors and avoid contact with strangers.
so
And
that's
I'm going to have to end this there. But yeah, you guys go ahead, say some stuff.
What the fuck?
It looks like we escaped the dead zone. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Contact with strangers, huh? Yeah.
Well, we're pretty strange.
We don't want to encounter any of these other
So-
strangers.
Grossos are strange.
Seems like the government's strange.
We need to get rest and then travel overland, off-road, until we're far enough away that they're not looking for us there.
I agree.
You're
Agreed.
You know, I know it makes no sense for your phones to now be working since they microwaved you all directly.
No, your explanation about targeting the vehicles made sense to me.
Yes, exactly, and that we're out of the range now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
when we
you
were
come out
in the
from under the
vehicles, when we were in the vehicle that got jammed, the vehicle itself protected us. That's what I'm going
Yeah, like a
with.
Faraday.
That's what I'm going to go with too.
Plus, maybe
Well,
only one
let's-
of the
let's-
phones works.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking we should leave the people in the van and get help.
Well, in the
Or
cave.
van, not the van in the cave.
Yeah,
In the cave.
I agree. The people who can't move quickly can
Right.
stay, but some of us need to go get help. But we need to get help from far away because the government will not let us leave. Or if they do let us leave town, they'll put us in a quarantine chamber somewhere and then never let us leave there.
Correct. I'm definitely in the whole no thanks, no trust. I'm not gonna.
Right, and who's gonna help us? Where do we look?
Small town folk, just not our town.
Mm.
There's other people who hate the government. I mean, I wasn't one of them this morning, but here we are.
Yeah, me
What
either.
if we can somehow get in contact, Mom, with that group that are anti-government
Militia group?
The militia group.
Well, the problem with
Or-
that group is they're in town.
That's true. Well, she didn't say they lived necessarily in town and they had disappeared. So maybe
But-
they live on the outskirts of town. We didn't ask her exactly.
But
where
we
they-
saw them in town, shooting people.
That's true.
Or shooting
But then they
grosses.
left, didn't
But
they?
then they left.
But surely they could not have left. We just lost sight of them. They couldn't have made it through the
Well, they-
military barricades, could they?
Well, left meaning they left the school
The
grounds.
immediate area. Yeah.
But maybe they have some kind of hold up, or I don't know. We need to find help, and I think we should definitely try to stay clear of any. No offense, Mom.
Cops.
Cops.
Yeah,
Government.
agreed. Well, any other wrap-up stuff?
Oh. Sorry. I literally just went burp. I kind of crashed pretty hard in
Oh,
just
no
a matter of
problem.
minutes there.
I mean, we escaped the town. That's the best we can do for now. Misery suggests that we are now all 70s, 80s Bruce Banner.
you're on the run.
Yes. do, 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 do.
All right. So thank you. I apologize for flaming out. Again, it's with this freaking time change. It is 2:15 as far as my body is concerned.
Right.
No problem. Thanks so much for running this, Mia. Appreciate you. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I hope
and we did
continue.
live, all of us, which I didn't really expect when I saw how
Barely.
the system works. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like TinyD6. I think we should try some of the other settings too.
Oh, heck yes.
Next week, I think we're going back to Vaesen. And this Friday, at long last, Shadows of Archonia 2 is returning. So